So today we'll talk about the general description of the floral parts. Sepals which are green in color, they are called collectively the calyx. In some cases only 5 sepals are there, but in some cases the number will be more or less than the 5. The sepals, if they are free, they are called the polysepalous. They are free, so they are called the polysepalous. If they are fused, they are called the gamosepalous. In some cases, the sepal form second series also. The second series is called the episepals and collectively it is called the epicalyx. Function of the sepals is to protect the flower in the young stage. So when the flower is in the bud form, sepals are covering the bud and protecting the flower in a bud stage. And because they are green in color, so they help in the photosynthesis also. Second is petals. Petals are of different colors. Collectively, they are called the corolla. They generally found in a single whorl also. Sometimes they are in the double or maybe in the spiral form also. If they are free, they are called the polypetalous. If they join, they are called the gamopetalous. They are forming a tube-like structure also. Function of the petals to attract the insects for pollination because they are different in color. So that is why insects are attracted toward them for the pollination. And they also protect the stamens and pistil, especially when the petals are in a tube form. Stamens. Stamens collectively called the androecium. It is the male reproductive part of the flower. The number of stamens is different in the different flowers. And then each stamen, it consists of a filament and anther which is attached at the top. Anther usually has 2 lobes and each lobe we can say it consists of 4 sacs, that is called the pollen sacs. If you cut the lobe from here, then 4 sacs are there, 2 are visible, 2 at the back side. And these sacs, they contain the powdery substance that is called the pollen grain. And pollen grains are also called the male gametes. When this pollen sac when these are fully mature, pollen sacs rupture due to wind or by some insects, and the pollen grains are released in the air. These pollen grains are different shape and different in the sizes. In androecium, stamens may be free. If they are free, that is called the polyandrous. Sometimes they are joined into different ways, like a single group, double group, or many groups. In a single, if the stamens are united in a one group by their filaments, that is called the monoadelphous. And if they join in the 2 groups, 9 on a one side, 1 will be on a one side out of 10, then that is called the diadelphous. If they join in a many groups, that is called the polyadelphous. Now the pistil or carpel, together it is called the ganoecium. It is a female reproductive part of the flower. And then its carpel, the pistil, it contains the 3 parts. At the top, a terminal knob-like part is there. That is called the stigma. It is divided sometimes into 2 lobes or more than 2 lobes. It is having feathery appearance also. And it is the landing place for the pollen grain during the pollination. Second is the style. It is a tube stalk-like structure is there, which is joint stigma to the ovary. And the swollen basal portion is called the ovary. Inner part of the ovary, it sometimes have a single chamber or maybe divided into many chambers, and each chamber is called the locule, and each locule, it consists of a rounded body that is called the ovule, and which is, we can say, joining at a place, the attaching place of ovule to the wall of the ovary, that is called the placenta. Flowers are arranged in a different way in the different plants. This manner of arrangement is termed as the inflorescence. Inflorescence is the mode of arrangement of flowers on the axis of plant. Simply either at the apex of the main stem or at the terminal apex of the later branches. In the axil of the leaves. Then third way, growing out from the axil of different leaves and reaching at the same level, making a cluster. Axis is generally flattened, making a disc in a sunflower. Youngest flowers are in the center and oldest at the periphery.